There's so much drama going on right now. Hey, what is up all my social climbing friends? It's Dustin and I'm back with another video. I just want to apologize in advance if I seem a little bit off. The past 24 hours have not been good to me. I'm not going to get into that because it's really deeply affecting my personal life and I'm trying to keep it all together. So I figured the best way for me to kind of like get away from that for a minute is to come on here and spill some tea with you guys. Now, I just want to be upfront off gate that I have not watched the past couple of videos that Gabbie Hanna has put out because one, I'm tired of feeding that. I'm tired of buying into that. I'm literally so tired of this whole thing with Gabbie Hanna. Like, it's just never gonna stop at this point. It's never going to end. She's gonna continue this video series. She's gonna continue to go after Jesse. She's gonna continue to do all of this stuff to make herself look better, or what she thinks is gonna make her look better. And I'm not saying that it doesn't make her look better because there was a lot of people that were telling me that in the series there were some things that Gabbie said that made sense about the situation, but I'm completely over that. I am so tired of that whole entire thing. But there was some tea that was released by Tana Mongeau and Trisha Paytas that I kind of wanted to talk about, not even really talk about, but come on here and let you guys know it. But basically Tana and Trisha did this podcast together and they had some things to say about Gabbie Hanna, and something that she has done to Tana, which is really strange to me, is very reminiscent of the whole thing that happened with Trisha Paytas, Shane Dawson, and Gabbie Hanna with the Instagram story. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but essentially I'm just going to play the clip for you guys here for you guys to see so you can make your own conclusion, and then I'm going to come back and talk about something else because I just want you guys to know about this. So leave me your opinions and your comments about all of this down below. I'm going to play the clip for you now and then I'll be back with more commentary.
And a couple weeks ago I got a call from that, should I say it?
Are they doing an article?
That Gabbie Hanna was trying to sell to them that this YouTuber like me when I was like on and that it was, and I was like, what if this was my trauma? Is this fucked up to say? Or like, what if this, it was so insane to me. I don't, because after all the Escape the Night,
that's gross.
I know. I liked a Joey Graceffa tweet about what, you know, like, you know, just impertinence to like his video or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I get this call. Gabbie Hanna called me and said this YouTuber was trying to hook up with you when you were 17.
I hate that.
And I was
hate
like,
that.
I didn't even think about the fact. I was like, damn, well, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess that could be something that could be, but it's mine to like have or not have. And
you cannot bring someone else's trauma public. Like if you've never talked about it, if you're friends with this person, like regardless of how, like how wrong it was. Ew.
Yeah. So if you've been living under a rock, much like myself, there is this person that is on YouTube that has been around for quite some time, named Chris Chan, and I was just vaguely introduced to them by way of Ready to Glare's video about them. Now, I know that there's a lot of stuff about this person, but I want to specifically talk about why they were arrested and what they did that got them to where they're at, because it's actually a very scary thing, disgusting, and it makes me almost feel physically ill sitting here thinking about what transpired with Chris Chan and their mother. I'm just gonna have to play you the clip so you can understand what I'm talking about. And I just wanna say that this is a trigger warning. If you are even remotely close to being triggered by talks of SA and things like that, I highly suggest that you do not watch this clip that I'm about to play because it can trigger you, and it made me feel nauseous listening to this. So please be warned, if you're gonna listen to this, just keep in mind that it is kind of graphic. I am gonna use the clip that was in Ready to Glare's video because this is what introduced me to Chris Chan, and I fell down this rabbit hole and I'm disgusted to say the very least about the situation. So I'm gonna play that clip now. Again, if you are easily triggered, do not watch this and do not listen to this.
So yeah, she's got really G-spot because apparently I don't believe that Mr. C, any of her past boyfriends and ex-husbands, they haven't really reached and hit her G-spot really.
Right.
The incest fanfics have come true and shit.
I didn't even know there was such a thing. I didn't even know there was incest fanfics. Were there about you and Barbara? I can't believe that. How did you approach her?
Approached her with care and caution.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a time approach. So I just gave her comfort and talked with her, and we just branched out slow and steady, and then I encouraged her positively, let her make the first move. She wanted to do it.
And she did? Really? She made the first move?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow, Barbara. How did she do it, if you don't mind me asking? What was the first move?
I don't remember exactly. But that was her first move. But my approach was, I forgot exactly what terminology and approach I used, but I approached with care and caution.
That's good.
And I was direct and upfront with her for the most part.
That's good. And how did she respond when you approached her? What did she say?
I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was I think she was partially confused at one point, but then she came around, obviously, with the more approaching that I was doing with her along the way.
Right. So she got into it. How was the first kiss? You kissed her? How did that feel? Having known this woman for your whole life, how did that feel?
Oh yeah, I mean it was simple lip to lip kiss contact, but yeah, it was actually good and it felt right.
When did you start having feelings for Barbara?
Obviously for a long time. I mean, I remember even mentioning some time ago in one of the videos that I even had dreams where I had sex with her, obviously.
Really?
So,
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's right. The Oedipus complex.
Oh, Oedipus, that's right, yeah. Yeah, that's right. How, if you don't mind me asking, I know that's probably personal, you have to answer, but how is the sex?
I'd say it was satisfactory. It took a while. It took a few tries to...
It took a few tries, yeah. She is older.
And plus, also, she's very understanding about the whole thing as well. I was direct with her, still direct and honest with her. And I made sure that obviously, I'm never going to propose marriage to her at all because we're already daughter and mom.
Yeah, mother and daughter.
We've been doing it every third night, and the first night being on June 27th. It took us a few nights to figure out what felt right and what didn't feel right. And
does your mother enjoy it?
She's having a good time, literally.
She is? She's having a good time?
Especially what we figured out.
That's good to hear.
I haven't called her in quite some time now.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, I'm more of a calling her love at this point.
But you recently started dating Fiona, isn't that's true, right? In an open relationship?
It's between Barbara and I, it is an open relationship, and I made that very clear with her.
There's a lot to unpack with this whole thing, but the gist of it and what I took away from it is that Chris Chan's mother is an 80-year-old dementia patient. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with what dementia is or what it does to people. It's very serious. My mother has dementia. It's very upsetting for me to even think about it. My mother sometimes forgets my name and things like that. It's crazy. And the bottom line about this whole thing is, one, it's incestuous. That's never, ever okay. And two, how can a dementia patient, their own mother, give consent to what they've done to them? I'm at a point with the people on the internet where there's nothing that ever shocks me anymore. There's nothing that will ever just make me gasp and be like, you know what, I can't believe this. I can't believe this person would do this. I can't believe this person would say this, because it just gets worse. It gets worse with time. People are always trying to push boundaries. They're always trying to do things to get you to come out of your rational way of thinking. And this is one of those things that literally made me see red. How someone could do this to their own mother, the person that raised them, the person that took care of them, the person that loved them and made sure that they had the things that they needed when they were younger and they couldn't fend for themselves. This is disgusting. This is beyond revolting. And how this person has been able to have a social media platform and how they've been able to do the things that they have done is completely insane to me. It's remarkable to me that people higher up that see this type of stuff are not able to stop this. Like, this is the stuff of nightmares. This is not news. This is not tea. What this person did was commit crimes against their mother, and now they're in jail for it, and they deserve it. Give them life. Give them life. This person does not deserve to breathe the same air as people that do not do things like this. This is disgusting and deplorable. I don't know if I'll make another video about this, but I feel like it's very important to share who this person is so people are familiar and aware of what they have done and who they have done it to. This is not something that should be washed away or forgiven. This is not one of those things where you can make an apology or anything like that. Hopefully this person never sees the light of day again because of what they've done to their own mother. But I had to come on here and I had to talk about this just a little bit because it literally made my stomach queasy listening to this audio and hearing just how demented this person is. I fear for the world at this point. This is disgusting. But you guys, please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below about all of this, the Gabbie Hanna, Trisha, and Tana stuff. I know I didn't really comment too much on that. I am totally sick of that situation. And this whole situation with Christian, it's just way too much for me. Like, if I would have never heard this, I would have been great. But now that I am privy to what this person is, who they are, and what they've done to people, it's too much. But you guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.